think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Ladies and Gentiles, welcome to the Week 12 Recaparoo for your Heroes of Fantasy Football League. 1 week after this remains. Hearts were broken, folks, this week, as we'll go over and go through the matchups, and then we'll get to the standaroos and see where everyone stands going into the final week of action before the playoffs begin. Let's go. Sorry, it's loading. Anywho, first off is Jay Sizzle and the Professor Ito. Sadly, both teams sitting at the same record. Both teams eliminated from the playoffs, but J-Sex gets a dagger into the side of Professor Ito, 125.8 to 93. Both these fools were contenders, but now they're just getting ready for that redemption bowl extravaganza, folks. CJ Stroud popping off for Jay Sizzle like he has been all year. Carrying load, $125 for J-Sex to 93's Professor Ito. Josh Dobbs, just a disappointing performance. I wouldn't say the difference here, as Professor had a couple disappointeroos down the line here, but overall, it is what it is. A couple dudes on the bench doing stuff. Disappointing L as the Professor drops to 5-7, and both teams continue to get ready for that final push of the final 4 weeks, folks. Meanwhile, Obi-Wan Mahomey needed the dub to stay in that playoff spot, and let me tell you, he got it, folks. $109 to 84 as Steven Naramore takes another L. Will this man get another? I don't know. Will he finish last in Redemption Bowl and finish last overall? Maybe. I don't, it's tough. But Obi-Wan Mahomey, El Valdez continues his domination, going to going to 9-3 with a 109 score. Because, how about them boys? Dak Prescott continues to destroy, and Al continues to roll bounce on the back of C-Mac with 28, Dak with 32. And despite some poo-poo here, a 0.7 from his tight end, it didn't matter, folks. Al rolls on. Steven Naramore got some juice from the returning Pat Freiermuth, freshly dropped from the Chief, with 16.5. But Tua, disappointing 7 when Steven needs the juice. He didn't get, only scoring 84, going to 1-11. But, he still got the belt for now. He's just keeps shining it up for the next guy. The next guy will not be Dwayne Rainey, who took another L with 69 points, going to 4-8 against Adrian, who scored 81. Both of these fools eliminated from the playoffs. That shitty Adrian, that big a-hole, only got 10 from Brock Purdy. The 20 from Tyreek Hill carried him to the dub here. Dwayne just continues to flounder, no matter who he puts in his lineup, folks. Juicy 16 from DJ Moore, but that's about all to write home about, folks, as Dwayne goes to 4-8. That's so Ravens, and Tyreek Hill continues to be a cheat code, but 7-5 for Adrian. Congrats. Probably doing better than Tyree. Meanwhile, the biggest match of the week probably here is C Jizzle and Ricky G go head to head to pretty much decide who's going to be locked into a playoff spot. And CJ pulls this one out of his booty despite being behind big going into the weekend. CJ scoring 122.6 to Ricky G's Phoenix Legacy's 110. CJ going to 9-3, and as we'll see, clinching that playoff spot, folks. This is on the back of the redonkulous Buffalo-Philly game. Honestly, C Jizzle across the board didn't do much, but getting 39 points from Josh Allen and 35 from Kyren Williams out of nowhere carried his ass across the finish line after a bunch of disappointments here. 3 from Kittle, 2 from his defense. You hate to see it, but still scored about 22. And this is on the back of Ricky G getting 22 from them Dolphins and a ridiculous 23 from Isaiah Pacheco and a bunch of other dudes doing stuff. But the L only 5 from Saquon Barkley, and up to the Chargers, and they just died. They just didn't do it, folks. Herbert only 13 points when Ricky G needed him to really pop off. Keenan Allen still dropped 15, but just a disappointing week from a few guys, and just a bad combo here. C Jizzle with the big comeback win, getting it done, going to 9-3. Ricky G goes to 8-4. His hopes and dreams aren't dashed yet, but boy, big L. And Freddie, meanwhile, could have played spoiler. The Barkside organization only scored 76 against playoff contender Big Zo Aldo, as he scored 115, going to 8-4. Freddie drops to 5-7, and Aldo's playoff dreams still alive, like Johnny 5. Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers connecting, but just not enough for Freddie. And Aldo just getting the juice still. Raheem Mostert still stirring the pot, and Patrick Mahomes getting it done here. All those teams still doing well. You love it when you get 17 from your defense, folks. That's how you do it. Aldo goes to 8-4. Not clinched yet. We'll take a look at the standings to see where they stand. And meanwhile, we have the close matchup here, as Tyree could just taste the L. They're so close to that dub, and then just the L just in his mouth. As Zachariah goes to 5-7, scoring 105 to Tyree's 98, as he goes way down in that hole. Trevor Lawrence and Bijan Robinson popping off for Tyree. Not much else. Rashid Rice, too. I mean, he got some big dogs and then some little yippers, let me tell you. I'll score 98. Not a terrible week, but Jalen Hurts so good. His namesake for Zach, just carrying him across the finish line. And other than that, just some solid performances. Scoring him buckle 5, getting the dub. Both these teams eliminated, though. But, you know who's not eliminated? Matt Segovia. Because his ass barely slipped past old Danny Boy, as the federal bureau investigation lost their namesake, but they did not lose this week, scoring 105.7 to Danny Boy's 93. Taylor Swift tastes another L. She might write a song about it, folks. All I know is Jonathan Taylor did his part. DeAndre Swift not so much, but the biggest takeaway here is the 0 of the Detroit Lions somehow getting mollywopped by the Packers. Despite good days from Calvin Ridley, it came down to Justin Fields on Monday night, and he laid a stinker, folks, only scoring 10.5 points, and any hope Danny Boy had of being a spoiler out the window with that. And you know what's crazy? It wouldn't matter. He played Sam Howell. He might have given Matt a heart attack, but still wouldn't have got it done, as Matt gets carried by his backup QB, Kyler Murray, and ye old Nico Collins, Devontae Smith, solid performances. Matt got it done, and he is in the playoff hunt still. 1 week, one more week to decide who the top teams are going to be. C Jizzle locked in at 9-3 with the points. I don't know if these tiebreakers are super accurate or not. It's showing him at 100%. I don't think it's true. I think it's a liar, because it's not using our tiebreakers. So don't believe it, heroes. But I'm just going to go out here on a limb. You got C Jizzle at 9-3, you got Al at 9-3, and then you got Ricky G at 8-4, Aldo at 8-4, and Matt at 8-4. The battle begins. Week 13. Folks, it's going to be huge. Only 4 of these 5 teams we get in. Everyone else is out. Everyone else is out, it looks like. The 7-5, Adrian is the next closest one that had a hope and a prayer. I don't know, based on our tiebreakers, if he can get in. I don't think so. ESPN doesn't think so, but maybe. Everyone else just out. See a lot of 5-7s, 8-4s, and then the champ weighed down by the belt like a noose around his neck. One more week, folks. Make the moves, get your lineups in, and then redemption begins. And we'll see who's really the worst team and who at least gets their money back. Dicks out, baby.